The United Workers have been very important in terms of raising this prospect of the fact that people are not going to take what's happening to them laying down. That they're going to organize, and I don't care who you are, I don't care what color you are, what gender you are, they're prepared to organize you in terms of having a big voice to deal with the kind of problems that beset this nation and beset the world. I see the importance of that work as part of reigniting what was referred to earlier, the reigniting of Martin Luther King's Poor People's Campaign. Martin Luther King, we are in time of his birthday when he is celebrated, but usually when he is celebrated, very little attention is given to the last years of his life, where he actually pulled together and advocated to pull together and uniting the poor. And that leadership at that stage, and the leadership that he exemplifies, was this leadership that was about uniting the poor across color lines. Lines that have been etched in our history, in our minds, for years on end, for centuries, that have kept the lower classes, the dispossessed, from really making any kind of impact on the development of this country. But for the first time, we're in a situation where we really begin to bring together people who are having a common hurt and a common pains. United Workers have begun that process, and they're exemplary in terms of what others can learn to do to pull this thing together. There are other exemplary experiences throughout this country that are not on TV, so you don't think they exist. And there was reference to a leadership school that the Poverty Initiative, with its Poverty Scholars Program, put together just recently, where we brought those leaders together to cross-fertilize or to learn from each other about their experience. This is the kind of things that we're going to have to do. This meeting here is very important, that we get as much as we can out of this process, because we do not develop the intelligence necessary to deal with the very sophisticated forces that is heavily invested in the status quo of this country. The more poor we get, the richer they get. And they're going to maintain a structure in a society that keeps us getting poor so they can get rich. Y'all going to see this obscene situation where again this year, these big banks are going to be getting these enormous bonuses while we're being laid off and barely can make ends meet. We have to organize a movement. I think that what Martin Luther King did in igniting the Poor People's Campaign is what we have to do. Poor and the dispossessed have to unite and become a force to be reckoned with in this country. If we don't do it, then it means the next generation is going to suffer unnecessary pains and death. And we're going to suffer. I want to thank you for listening to me. I want to thank you for having this gathering and having an opportunity to learn from each other. But really, you have a responsibility, all of us have a responsibility, to take up this issue as leaders. Thank you very much.